Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query, Power Pivot, and we will also learn on pivot table and conditional formatting. So basically I'm actually required to prepare a income statement to show to my manager, because in this particular Excel file we have so many information. We have sales report. So basically this company, Allen API Engineering and Offshore Services, this particular company, their financial year begins from October and ends on September, and they have so many information. So this is the sales report. If you notice, we have about almost 800 rows of the sales report, and then we also have the vendor listing. So this is where the procurement team, where they will actually look on these vendors payable, and then we have procurement, all the inventories, so how much inventory is being purchased, and then we have the inventory details, we have the CRM, we have the OPEX, and we have the payroll, where have the employees. So payroll means represents the staff cost of the company, where they have the salary and overtime. So right now what I want to do is I need to calculate the sales, I need to calculate the inventories, and also the CRM. So basically what my manager wants is, my manager wants to know, okay, what is the monthly performance, that means a monthly trending. And then after that my manager also wants to know, okay, inventories, what is the performance apportionment for each sub product. Okay, we do, like for example here we have control, we have valve accessories, and then for CRM, who are the top 10 customers, because if you look here carefully, we have roughly about 70 customers, but who is the top 10 for the respective industry and so on. So in this case what I'll do is I'll use Power Query to import and do the data cleaning, and then Power Pivot to do the connection, and then eventually Pivot Table to do the data analysis, and conditional formatting to enhance my presentation and so on. So I'm going to press Ctrl N. So when you press Ctrl N, basically it will create a new sheet. Apparently I have saved this drive in OneDrive, so I'll just close this, because for Power Query, if I want to import, it's better for us to close the file. I'll click data, get data from file, from Excel workbook. So basically in this case what it does is it will actually import the Excel file. So I save in OneDrive. So my file name, as you can see over here, basically my file name is, when I go to this particular OneDrive, so I'll just go to the file, which is 9 January 2026, and then I'm going to press import. So then what happen is, you will notice a box will appear. What we need to do is we need to actually choose the particular worksheet. So I want to choose 3 worksheets, because my manager wants to know the sales report, because the sales we have all this information, and then inventories, and also CRM, customer relationship management. I go to transfer data because I want to actually perform data cleaning. Okay, so eventually it will be navigated to Power Query editor. If you look carefully, especially on the inventories, the inventories table is so simple. So what I want to do is I want to remove the column. So first 2 columns I remove. If you want to remove the first row, there are 2 ways. Either you can remove the top row or the blank row. But blank row, please make sure the first row must be entirely blank. That means there's null and so on. I'm going to click top row, and I want to reduce the first row, and I press OK. So apparently it will appear like this. Then I'll just use first row as editor. So right now you have inventory, product, sub-product, variant, selling price. Then we do the same thing for CRM, customer relationship management. This column not needed, so I'll just remove this. And then after that what I'll do is the first 3 columns not needed. So you can actually either choose blank row, but I'll choose the top row because the first 3 rows I want to remove. Because sometimes what if you see the first 3 rows got some information, so that time blank row will not be relevant, because blank row is applicable when by all your entire row is blank, your null. But in this case the first 3 row is not needed, so I remove the top row, and I'm going to put here 3, and I'm going to put here OK. And then after that what I'll do is I'll just put first row as header. So right now this is done. So this is the customer details. So customer details is done, inventory is done. Next is sales. Okay, this is where things get a little bit trickier, because you know why? This particular table we need to do massive data cleaning. So of course I don't want this column, I don't want this column, I can delete, and then I can scroll to the right. So this column also I don't want, I just delete. So I will remove the unnecessary columns, and if you notice I'm actually moving left and right. So you don't have to do that. If just say we have more than 10 columns, we can press Ctrl G, a box will appear, then we can choose which particular column you want to go. So I want to go column 3, so I don't have to scroll to the left, I just press OK, automatically it will go to the column 3. So here what I'll do is I'll right click and fill down. Okay, so but apparently what happened is, if you look carefully, this row 2 and row 3, we have the year and we have the months, and this data, their financial year begins from October, not January, because January is the calendar year, but the company starts from October. So in this case, what I'll do is, I'll just need to do some cleaning, transform, and then transpose. So now this is how the data looks like. Okay, so what I'll do is, I'll just press here, right click, and fill and down. So right now it will fill down. So I'll just switch over here. I want to combine this October and 2024, January and 2025. So column 3, column 2, what I'll do is I select this, merge column, and then there's no separator, no equal sign, no comma, no separator, because this one will eventually recognize the date column. So I'm going to press OK. So right now, if we notice carefully, so down we have already combined these two columns. This column 1 is not needed, so I can remove. And if you notice over here, we have so many columns, so you don't have to actually scroll. You press Ctrl G. So we have actually so many columns over here. I want to actually drag to the end, because in this data I know that the column 749 is basically a not necessary column. Why? Because I know that 749 is basically a messy column, so you can just remove this. And then after that, I'll just press Ctrl G, and then I go to the column, the first column, and then what I'll do is I'll just transpose one more time. So now it looks better. The first row I want to be the header, so first row becomes the header. And then I select this first two column. Why? Because if you see here, October, November until the end, I actually want to unpivot. So how to unpivot? Right click over here and unpivot other columns. So just like that, now it looks better. Here I don't want it to be attribute in the ABC. I want to change to date format. So it becomes a date format. So that is why we combine. If you notice carefully, why we combine? Because I want it to treat it like a date format. Easier for me to do my data analysis. So this will be the date format, company code, inventory code. This one will be the, maybe I'll put here the months, and this one let it be value. So right now we are done. You can go to home, you can press close and load, but close and load will eventually load as a table format. I don't want that. I want to press close and load too. So close and load 2 gives us several options. Bear in mind, if you are using the old Excel version like 2016 version, you will only have table and only create connection. But if you are using the 2019 version onwards, then you will notice you will have all these features. So I'm going to press only create connection and add data to this model, because for Power Pivot you need to have this. So I'm going to press OK. So some of you may ask me,